This is what a day in my life looks like as an unemployed girl living alone in a small room in a big city. I don't have a backup plan, all I have is ambition. The first thing I do every morning is brush my teeth and hope that I don't find another cavity. I've inherited weak teeth, so I'm always praying I won't need another root canal. After that, I do my makeup. It helps distract me from my worries and makes me feel a little more confident. Today, though, the pain in my tooth became too much to ignore. I wanted to find out what was causing it, so I decided to visit the dentist. I just hope the treatment doesn't cost too much. Before leaving, I hung my clothes to dry so I wouldn't forget them in the bathroom later. Then I think I went out to grab some breakfast, and this is my budget today. I met a kind young woman here. She greeted me and welcomed me with such a warm smile, and it honestly made my day a little better. My dream is to become a full time tarot streamer, but for now, I need to apply for more jobs. My health has become something I can't ignore anymore. I'm thinking about working two or even three jobs, so I won't have to worry so much about healthcare service. And I'm worried much about healthcare expenses. I used to work overnight shifts for extra income, but I was always exhausted the next day. From now on, I want to prioritize my health, so I'll look for a day shift and maybe a part time job that I can manage. This time, I want to find work that I can do for the long term, something I'm capable of and genuinely interested in. When the woman selling my breakfast noticed that I looked sad, she gave me a piece of fruit on the house. It was such a small act of kindness, but it completely lifted my mood. Sometimes the smallest gestures from strangers can make the biggest difference. Even so, I couldn't stop worrying about my teeth. It's been a long time since my last dental appointment, and I couldn't stop thinking about how stressful I was in my previous root canal. To take my mind off everything, I decided to try something new and different today so I wouldn't feel so drained. I think today I'll go to the market for a while. I think it's nice meeting new people who spoke kindly to me. It seems like everyone is busy complaining these days, so meeting someone calm and friendly feels really special. That is a free food now. It's so delicious. Now I just took a bills and left. So now I went to the market to pick up the few foods for my lunch today. It cost me around $1. Finally, it was time to go to the dentist. The hospital is quite far from where I live, so I visited a dentist clinic nearby because I think it was not a serious problem. I always use grab bike because I'm not good at driving. At the clinic, I feel so nervous. I became more and more nervous. I was afraid I might need mini surgery or an expensive treatment. I look at the price now, and the doctor told me I needed some tests before they could make a proper diagnosis. After that, I was going to some quiet place, think about the result. The doctor discovered that I have an impacted wisdom tooth hidden beneath my gum. So I need to go to a hospital because my case requires more advanced equipment. Hearing that made me so scared, so I need to find some stores to buy something or just looking around to calm me down. I want to think about everything. I just hope my savings will be enough to cover the treatment. My hands were shaking the entire time. I looked around, trying to distract myself from my own worries. I've always been the kind of person who gets extremely nervous before difficult situations. But no matter how scared I feel, I know I have to keep moving forward one step at a time. I needed to buy something just to distract myself again from everything I was feeling. I like walking through stores where I can see the food or smell it. Somehow it gives me a little motivation to keep trying. The staff kept asking if I needed help finding anything, but I was trying to save money, so I quietly left the store. I actually love going to the malls and I love food, especially sushis. I checked on the price and then I just pop it back because it's so expensive right now. I wish I could do everything without fear. I was getting hungry, but I knew I should go home and cook instead. I was tired of feeling like the broke girl who walks around checking every price tag and pretending she isn't struggling. After my lunch, I passed a small market and saw a homeless man. I didn't have much money myself, but I gave him a little anyway. I hope it helped, even just a little. And I think that's I could do meaningful things in my life. I wanted to go to a new park where I could go for a walk and think about the jobs I still need to apply for. Yeah, walking around a market like this is the way to exercise. I've been staying up late a lot recently, so I'm trying to do something healthy and maybe eat healthier and take better care of myself. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about prices. When I'm unemployed and living alone, every small budget suddenly feels important. I never realized how much I used to spend on food until I started tracking every coin. But I feel very fortunate because now I can find a cheap market and I can find a it's really healthy in a budget price. Today, I think that I walked around the mall and looked at the food at the market like this. I remember sushi, snacks, dessert, everything looks so good. But I kept checking the prices and calculating how much money I have left. In the end, I decided not to buy anything. For tomorrow, I'm trying to plan my meals carefully. My goal is to spend as little as possible while still eating enough. I think I will make a simple breakfast at home, maybe bread and eggs if I can find them at a good price. So that's why I decided to go around the market to find new food with affordable price. When I was looking around, I'm thinking about the new menu tomorrow. Maybe I'll probably cook rice with vegetables and whatever protein I can afford. And for dinner, maybe something light so I don't spend too much. I used to buy food without thinking much about it, but now I compare prices everywhere. One store might sell the same thing for a little cheaper, and that's market different actually matters when I'm trying to save money. The hardest part isn't being hungry, the hardest part is wanting something and having to tell myself not today. But I'm trying to see this as a lesson. Maybe learning how to manage money now will help me later when things get better. I also noticed something interested in today. Even though I was worried about money, but a few strangers was unexpectedly kind to me. So now I realized those small moments reminded me that not everything valuable has a price. I always enjoy coming to the local market, not because I can buy everything I want, but because this is one of the few places where I can still find affordable food. These days, every dollar matters to me. Before I buy anything, I always compare prices and ask myself, do I really need this? Sometimes I wish I didn't have to think so much before buying something as simple as lunch. But for me, that is my reality. The market reminds me that good food doesn't always have to be expensive. Fresh vegetables, fruit, eggs, and bread are much cheaper than in a supermarket. Even though I have to stick to a budget, I still try to choose food that's good for my health. Without thinking twice, now I think about nutrition, my savings, and tomorrow expenses. The park was crowded, so I decided not to stay and headed back toward the market instead. Right now, I don't really want to hang out with my friends. I don't want to bring my negative emotions to them. They don't deserve to carry my worries, and honestly, I'm too tired to explain everything to people who haven't experienced what I'm going through. Now, everything that's happened with my teeth, I know I need to take better care of myself. It's funny how life changes my priorities. Sometimes I feel exhausted, but I'm learning that living on my budget doesn't mean giving up. It just means making careful choices and appreciating the little things. After walking around for a while, I decided to stop by a cafe because I love sitting by a quiet place and watching people pass by. So that it made me remember a time when I used to get so excited about getting dressed up and took a picture. I would spend so much time choosing my outfit, doing my makeup, and finding the perfect place to take photos. Back then, taking pictures wasn't just about posting them online, it was about capturing a moment that made me feel happy. Then I went to cafe and ordered a cup of cold chocolate. Sometimes I tell myself that a little sugar helps me think more clearly and make the wise decision. I mean, made the correct decision. The waitress noticed I was filming, so I felt so embarrassed. Thankfully, she just smiled and we both laughed about it. As the day came to an end, I finally went back home. I did a lot of skincare and removing my makeup, and I tried to relax after a long day. So right now I have to do my skincare carefully because I think I need to apply more jobs that require appearance because I'm 33 years old now and I don't have a perfect background or supervisor background. I just have a customer service and some basic skills. So I think now I need to focus on my appearance as an excuse to appropriate for the job. I was thinking about the beauty advisor Or there's some jobs that not require more skills. Or I need to apply the sales admin because I don't have any experience for salesperson, because I really want to do a sales jobs because it could make more money. While I was sitting alone, memories from my past came back and I couldn't hold back my tears. I think I'm gonna watch a movie or do something else to stop me crying. After that, I washed the dishes and spent nearly 2 hours editing this video. Keeping myself busy has become one of the best ways to quiet my mind. And my channels for streaming got banned because they said that I violated the policy. So now I need to go find another solution. I hope tomorrow will be a little brighter for me.